It's time to rank the Sony PlayStation systems and or consoles in a tier list. Let's see what I've got. Alrighty then, as I say, it's time to give my tier list rankings on the PlayStation or Sony consoles and whatnot. So let's start off with the amazing PlayStation. Ooh, the good old PS1. Where do I want to put you? You see, with the PS1 came out in the mid-90s, well, 1994. It was a really good console. I actually really loved the PlayStation 1, really nostalgic, but I cannot let nostalgia cloud my judgment here. I've not played the majority, nowhere near the majority of the PS1 library of games, so it's going to be, I may have to put this one, at this particular moment in time, I may have to put this one here in Brilliant.
Yeah, boy.
So I'm not downgrading the PS1 whatsoever. The only reason I place it there is only because of the fact I've not played a huge majority of the games. Now, I've played quite a few of the games, like Rayman, Theme Hospital, which was terrible. The PC was much better on Theme Hospital. I liked, there's plenty of demos I've played. I've got quite a huge collection. Not too massive of a collection, but still a lot of games and great games I've got left to play there. I played the old Spyro, the Crash Bandicoot games and whatnot. They were great as well. It's Crash Racing and whatnot. Fantastic game. So I'm going to have to put the PS1 in the Brilliant section. So yeah, not too high, not too low, so sort of mid section seems alright for me for the moment. Remember, this is only just because of the fact I've not played many games, and I've played your games like Final Fantasy VII and whatnot, and other games as well. So great games, by the way. The majority of the ones I've actually played, but still, I think it goes there for Brilliant.
Yes, it is.
Now, what have we got here? The PlayStation 2. Now, a lot of you may hate me for this. A lot of you may hate me. Right, the PlayStation 2. It was part of my teenage years. This is actually going right at the top there. Come on, man. You think I'm going to put the PS2 in and get in the bin? No way. It's more than a decent console. It's more than brilliant. It's more than perfect. It is the GOAT. That's why it's the GOAT! The GOAT! It's one of the greatest consoles of all time, and it's staying that way for many, many years to come. You know what I mean? It's so old now, it's retro, and most definitely retro. That's why I would actually consider it. It came out when I was around about, around 10 years old, I think it came out. I was 10, about 10. Goodness me, time flies, I tell you. I played many amazing games in there. They were quirky, they were whimsical, they were weird. That's what I loved about the games on the PlayStation 2. Outstanding library of video games I have yet to actually play, but the games I have played, both on demo and on actual full game, been absolutely brilliant. I had some of the best memories and best times in gaming simply thanks to this amazing system. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play online back in the day, but that's neither here nor there. So, but yeah, the GOAT, the PS2, that is where that is staying. Let's move on. Right, or is this the PSP? I've got a PSP. I do have a PSP, but I've only got a few selection of games for it, and I've not really had that much memories with it, so there's hardly any nostalgia for this. But I do remember when it was released, and I do remember playing just a few games for it on my PSP. I don't have many, so do you know what? I don't have much for it. It's not bad, but at the same time, I'm going to put this in decent. They're only coloured by the fact that I need to play more games for it, because I don't really have much of an opinion on this. So I will put it in decent. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's too good either, because I need to experience a little bit more. So who knows? I may make this list again in the future, give it 5 or 10 years time, when I played more games on these library of different consoles and stuff. And who knows, this might actually go up here in perfect or maybe brilliant. I don't know if it will be in the GOAT. Who knows, it might surprise me, but at the moment it's staying in decent. PlayStation 3, 60 gig PlayStation 3, that was my baby back in the day. PlayStation Home was my jam. I loved the games on it. Such fantastic games on the PS3 for free online. None of that subscription payments you got on the PS4, the PS5. This was for free. As a matter of fact, I actually took out my PS3 very recently. In fact, some of you have actually seen the video on my channel. I played Black Ops. Remember Black Ops, eh? One of the best Call of Duties of all time.
Yes, I do.
You know what I mean? I played World at War, Modern Warfare 2 on it as well for free. No subscription, but I played it for free. Very refreshing. But as I said, man, this system was amazing. I love the fact it was backwards compatible with the PS2 and the PlayStation 1 games. The 60 gig one was actually really good for that. But where would I actually put this though? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because it was for free, I played so many great games for it. And it was actually a decent console, especially... Oh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. It's nowhere near as legendary as the PS2. But so I may have to put it imperfect. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I mean, you can actually enjoy video games without them being online, so that's the reason why the PS2 did it so well, even though you can play games online, but I didn't actually experience that. But most definitely, PS3 is going in perfect. I'm not underplaying it whatsoever. I just preferred the PlayStation 2 a whole lot more. Is this the PS Vita? I can't rate that because I've never had any experience with it. So, with the fact of that makes sense. I can't really rate it anywhere, so I don't even know what it's like. So I may have to leave that there. PS4, getting in the bin. Yeah, let's move on from that one.
Nice.
Couldn't stand the PS4. No way. No how. So PS5, most recent console I've got, which was kindly purchased for me. Less said about the bloody PS4, the better for me, to be honest. So the PS5, I'm having good fun with it. I love the controls system on it. It's really good. The control doesn't feel so sluggish or so loose like the PS2 and the PS3 control pad did with the analog stick. I do like the games and everything, minus the fact you have to pay for online services and whatnot, but it's actually gives us 2 free games a month, or is it 2 or 3 games for free each month? That's not bad, I like that. Yeah, I think with the PS5 though, I love the fact you get to record your gameplay on it. I like the fact, you know, it's got all these other digital variations that you can enjoy your movies with, or just whatever you want to watch online and stuff. But in terms of the games themselves, I would actually have to put this in brilliance. Yes.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I do like the fact of what the PS5 gives you and whatnot, but I wouldn't say it's the greatest thing ever. But I do like the controls of it. It's really good. So it's got a good bundle of games and whatnot, but I wouldn't say it's anywhere near as good as the PS3, especially not the PS2. I'd say it's on par with the PS1, as a matter of fact. PS1 was absolutely brilliant. I'd say it's a brilliant console. There's nothing wrong with putting it in the midsection. So that's my tier list for the PlayStation consoles. I know a lot of you are probably going to be salty about the PS4. I don't care. I'm placing it there.
Yes, definitely.
So I can't have any much opinion at all for the PS Vita, because I never had one. But for the GOAT, PS2, you know it. PS3, perfect system, absolutely fabulous, brilliant, definitely brilliant. In fact, the more games I play for this probably may even go up. Remember, this was part of my childhood as well. I grew up with the PS1. So I put it in brilliant for the moment, based on only due to the fact I need to play more games. If I play more games, it might even go up or it might even go down, we don't know. I said I might make another list of this in the future. PS5, definitely going to go there. PSP, again, with the limited games I've played, I don't have much of an opinion, so it's going to go in decent. I actually quite liked it anyway. Get in the bin, PS4, yeah, as I said it before, fail Station 4, that's staying exactly where it is.
That's right, I said it.
Take care of yourselves, fellow gaming minions, and may retro gaming live on. And where would you place these consoles in your own tier list? Actually, the same what I said about the PS1 could actually be said about the PS5 as well. So, do you know what? I won't put it in brilliant. I think that's being a little bit too harsh on the console. Do you know what? I'm going to have to put this up there with the PS3. Yeah, it's sort of like in between the PS2 and the PS3, because what you can do on the PS5 is absolutely phenomenal, which is really, really good. But at the same time, I still need to play a lot more of the games. That's exactly why the PS5 is going to go up a tier. The games on it I've played have been absolutely fun. I've been really been enjoying myself in those games, but nowhere near as the amount of quality as the PS2 is. But there's great potential there, and I'm not going to deny that the PS5 games are actually pretty decent. So yeah, it's going to go there on perfect. But saying all said and done about the PS5, which is fine, it's going up a tier, but the PS1 was so legendary. See, I've been so conflicted about this, so conflicted. So I may put the PS1. Yeah, do you know? I just put it there. Now I feel better. Now I feel like I'm not lying to myself. Yeah, because although the PS1, it was, it doesn't have the greatest graphics by today's standards, but I don't care about the graphics. That's neither here nor there about game consoles. It's nice when you've got good graphics as long as you can play and whatnot. Games were absolutely fun. Absolutely love the games on the PS1. Pepsi Man! Do you remember that game, Pepsi Man? Man, whimsical, fun, legendary games. Do you know what? That's the tier list, what I want to see. That's now I feel better about where these game consoles are. So the PS2 is the GOAT, always will be. PS3, PS5 and PS1, that feels perfect. Brilliant, nothing's in there. Now we've got decent, which is for the PSP, and get in that bin and stay in the trash for the fail station 4.
Damn!
Unfortunately for the PS Vita, I've not played it, so take a care of yourselves for the gaming minions. That's better.